Hi, and welcome to this video in the series of how you can grow your property and real estate investing businesses through your use of LinkedIn. If you've watched the earlier videos, you know why I believe that LinkedIn is the most powerful platform for you to be able to find, connect, and engage with any contact you're after in the world. On this video now, I'm going to show you how to build connections and engage with your connections at a massive, consistent level. Single biggest challenge for people is, how do I engage in a way? And I think it's so important now. We're in 2020 with what's been happening in the world. More people are online, more people are utilizing LinkedIn. And the flip side of that is more people are getting bombarded with engagement, with messages. And the reality is most people do not know, have not learned how to market or sell themselves effectively. Remember the rule we're looking for as real estate investors, whether we're looking for vendors, whether we're looking for people to invest with us, whether we're looking for power teams, we're looking to get the conversation offline as quickly as possible. So how do we communicate that? Before I go any further, if you haven't already, I'd love you to subscribe to this channel, set your notifications so I can let you know when I'm publishing other videos. This is 3 videos a week. Every week there is so much content I can give you to get better success and better results. Anything you want to ask me about LinkedIn and or property investing, put them in the comments below. I will personally respond to everyone. Let me show you this. I'm going to jump in and I want to show you part of my online course that I've been mentioning before. There's a link below in the chat. I've called it LinkedIn Mastery for Property Investors. It's an online course. The videos you'll see on this YouTube channel, we've gone through some of these. This is a screenshot of your online portal for my clients that have bought this online course, where I've condensed a whole 12-week coaching program that I was working with investors on over 10 years. And I nearly just showed you it live logged in, and then I realized it'd be the login code at the top, and that would have just given it you all for free. That would have put paid to my whole YouTube channel and marketing and my business streams. But you can see here there's a whole bunch of modules, and they all follow the same format with videos, but also downloadable content, downloadable resources, whether that's workbooks, whether that's scripts, whether that's templated examples of how to write stuff. And I wanted to show you this, the Magic Messages workbook. And what I've done is I've sort of downloaded it here because people's biggest challenge, I went into corporate and coached a bunch of salespeople. And I said, what do you want to know about LinkedIn? And they said, oh, we're connecting with people. Then we want to know, what do we say to them? And I said, you are kidding me. You're salespeople. What would you say to someone if you picked up the phone, if you met them networking, if you spoke, if you contacted them through email? People get hung up over LinkedIn, but the reality is, even salespeople, I don't believe, are that good at engaging with people generally. I used to coach salespeople, and certainly in the financial services industry and property investing. A lot of you might be new into business for yourself in a property investing. If you're in the financial services industry, there is generally a sort of concern or paranoia about, if I hear the word pushy salesperson one more time, it is how we find, I've shown you that in other videos, how we connect in the right way and engage in the right way. So when you subscribe or buy my online mastery course, we've got all of these, what I call magic messages. Some of them we've talked about in previous videos, but here's some things to think about. When communicating with your network, contacts, prospects, you always want to be thinking from a point of with them. What's in it for me? Put yourself in the reader's shoes and ask yourself, what's in it for me? If you want to be fast, call it whiffed. What's in it for them? Human psyche is that we want to talk about ourselves. Your prospects, your contacts don't care about you. They care about what you can do for them. Keep your message on point, succinct, and avoid alienating the reader with the right sort of language. Oh boy, especially as real estate investors and property investors, because you guys are wizards. You know so much terminology. In the UK, we talk about BMV. We talk about LPOs, we talk about R2R, we talk about HMOs, we talk about SAs. Avoid that if you want to talk to a business owner and ask him to lend you his cash. Here are some examples of connection messages that have got results and examples of engagement messages. There's a lot more detail I'm going to show you on here because I'd love you to buy the whole online training program, but it's about how we engage in the right way. I talked in previous videos about your connection message and how you connect with someone who's viewed your profile. Your welcome message is probably the most vital. It's got to hook people. Just have a look at this. And then I've got a whole series of follow-up messages to people who've got new roles. That's a great one because they're probably looking at change and looking at new stuff. People whose work anniversaries, birthdays, so many messages, but also a whole load of templated responses. For if you get inbound responses, you'll get kickback, you'll get some people coming out with stuff that's not specific. How do I respond in all that way? That's what those sales teams ask for. Look at this, just make it engaging. By the way, I do not buy into what some other LinkedIn trainers are saying to people where you should mess, and it's usually the risk averse people, it's usually the people. I don't want to be sexist, but I can generalize the type of people that it is who say, I've heard people say, you should message people up to 10 times to engage with them. And I have said in this message, hey, people often never connect or chat, never get to real conversation, believe it's a huge missed opportunity. It's a nice way of engaging. As you can see from my profile, so that forces them to look, or they may have looked. This is what I do. This is how I've come to connect and engage. I don't buy into this message people 10 times before you pitch, before you mention your services. Why? If what you're doing is of value, you know you can give an investor better return on money. You know you can help someone sell their property quickly or buy their property quickly. Why would you not give that prospect, that contact, the opportunity to understand what you do and to say to you whether he's interested or not? It's bonkers. I do not believe in you should be messaging people 10 times before you then mention what you do. Come to the point. People are fast. Most people won't read it. I would typically send out a welcome message, then a follow-up a few days later and a follow-up a few days after that. Then I might stop. Now you're saying, well, how the heck do I do all that? I automate that. It's a conversation for another video. I've alluded to it. We will cover it. If you're looking at using LinkedIn perpetually and you want to be doing that, then give me a shout and we can hook up and speak. If you're new to LinkedIn, you want to be looking at the rest of this online course about how to get your profile right and how to do the rest. But the single biggest thing for people is, how do I communicate? I don't want to be pushy. People are getting bombarded with messages. You have to tell the world what you do. Look at my last video about my success formula. You've got to be consistently engaging and messaging people, but the art is how to do it from an engaging way, how to do it from a marketing or sales or languaging psychology. That's what I cover in depth on this program. Think about your welcome message. I trust that's given you some things to think about. So how about find, connect, and engage in the right way? I hear people say, people on LinkedIn, they're just selling to me. Yes, they are, and they're doing it wrong. It's about learning and understanding how to engage. And by the way, what you'll get from that program and what you should be working out now is it's not about LinkedIn. It's about what you write and say to anybody, whether it's emails, whether it's your website, whether it's your other social media. I have so many clients that have said, what you've covered in this program has given me so much value to everything else I'm doing in my business. I talk about how to network, how to engage with people. Someone said, I've learned how to network physically from what you've been teaching in this. Other people said, it's given me thoughts and ideas and understanding of how I can now write my vendor pack, my vendor information, or my investor pack that I send out to prospective investors. It's all the same psychology. I get passionate about sales, don't I, and languaging, because people just don't get it. Go apply, go take massive action of the right stuff. Remember, I say, I don't care what you think about me. A lot of people think different than me. I care about what you go away and do. You'll see the download again here for the free 9 points to a powerful personal profile. If you haven't already got that, download it with my compliments. There's so much you can be doing with LinkedIn, and it can be so simple. If anybody's thinking, this sounds too good to be true, what if it's good enough to be true? Because it is good enough to be true. Because I've been teaching people for over 10 years on how to utilize LinkedIn, how to engage in this way. And when you get that difference, and it's even more important nowadays because it is so much busier, the world is busier with all of the platforms. I don't care what you think about me. I care about what you go away and do. Ask me anything you want to on LinkedIn in the comments here. Absolutely, again, subscribe, set your notifications so I can let you know what else you're doing. If you know you should be utilizing LinkedIn effectively, click on the link to look more about that property LinkedIn mastery for property investors. I'd love you to buy that. My commitment to you through YouTube here is if you do, you message me and we'll have a call after and look at what you're doing, how you're doing it, make sure you're doing it right, make sure you're not missing any opportunity, because there is land out there and deals out there and cash out there to be found through people through LinkedIn. So, see you on the next video. Take care.